Magomed Ankalaev erupts on Alex Pereira, biggest chicken in the UFC, after Dricus du Plessis callout. Magomed Ankalaev is getting sick of Alex Pereira. Before you proceed, don't forget to like, hit the subscribe button, and share for more updates on savage fights. Long considered one of the top light heavyweights in the world, Ankalaev made it clear that he did not appreciate Pereira, teasing the idea of dropping back down to 185 pounds to challenge UFC middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis after UFC 305. Early Sunday morning, Ankalaev erupted on the reigning UFC light heavyweight champion on social media, dubbing Pereira the biggest chicken in the UFC, and promising to knock out the Brazilian in 2 rounds or less whenever the two finally do meet in the octagon. Alex Pereira, UFC biggest chicken in the UFC. He call out guys middleweight, he 40-pound more than them. I am the only guy, he doesn't even mention my name, I promise. I'm gonna handle my business in October, and I'm gonna knock you out under 2 rounds. Ankalaev is currently tied with former champ Yuri Prochaska for the number 2 spot on MMA Fighting's global light heavyweight rankings. The 32-year-old Dagestan native is unbeaten over his past 12 UFC bouts, and many within the sport assumed he would be awarded the next title shot against Pereira. However, that did not turn out to be the case. Ankalaev is instead set to face Alexander Rakic on October 26th at UFC 308, just 3 weeks after Pereira makes the 3rd defense of his title against MMA Fighting's number 9 ranked light heavyweight Khalil Rountree Jr. on October 5th in the main event of UFC 307. It remains to be seen whether Pereira is serious about his pledge to come down to 185 pounds one more time. But if he is, the middleweight champ thinks it'll be a bad idea. I honestly don't think Alex Pereira should drop down to 185, Du Plessis said at UFC 305's post-fight press conference. If he wants to, great, perfect. But then we're going to hear the excuses. I saw Israel Adesanya stiff that man in the first round. I felt Izzy's punching power tonight. Izzy has great timing, he's fast, he's long, and he has great combinations, but I felt the power. If Izzy stiffens you like that, you do not want to be in there with me. Especially not when you've got to come in there with the excuses. Oh, I cut too much weight. That's going to happen. Everybody's going to say it. Well, Israel Adesanya plans to become the second 3-time Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC champion, in the promotion's history at UFC 305 this weekend, Saturday, August 17th, 2024. The most dominant middleweight champion since Brazil's Anderson Silva has been none other than the last stylebender, Adesanya. Throughout his 27-fight career, 24-3, Adesanya accumulated 5 total title defenses across 2 reigns as champion and could add more depending on if he dethrones Dricus du Plessis in his upcoming bout. At the height of Adesanya's power, he wasn't the only champion from his native continent of Africa. Alongside him stood heavyweight and welterweight title holders Francis Ngannou and Kamaru Usman. While Usman lost his title via a 5th-round knockout to Leon Edwards in August 2022, watch highlights, Ngannou parted ways with the promotion amid a contract negotiation breakdown in January 2023. Therefore, he gave up his title and signed with Professional Fighters League (PFL), making him an essential afterthought when UFC brings up its heaviest weight class.